I'm here.
Good.
Let's see. Let's see what's... It says we're live.
I banned plane, by the way.
Oh. Is it? Are we live? Are we live? Check 1 2. Audio.
Check.
Oh, that's latency.
Get all the stream snipers out.
Yeah, we have the we have all the voices that we are gonna have, because Sean can't talk. And the map will be.
Wait, then what? Wait, what are you talking on right now? Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. That was really confusing for me. How I just now realized you're a PlayStation player, but we've been talking for a little bit, and I was like really confused.
Clubhouse is our map, and the higher seed is Sean. So Sean, please call heads or tails. And it will be. Hold on, I don't have a coin on me. I thought I was gonna have. It's flipping. Tails.
I'll be defense.
So you guys switch sides. We'll keep it relatively brief because you guys can't talk to each other, and we're just gonna begin the game. Make sure to mute up. All that fun jazz.
Well, we're jumping right into it. It. I don't want to say anything anyways.
Yeah. My co-host is Logan, by the way.
I don't want to ask any questions anyways.
Oh, I get a little disenfranchised, I guess, whenever
It's okay. It's okay. You coming off a win.
Oh, sorry.
Coming off a win. Do whatever you want sometimes.
The double champ does whatever the fool he wants. Well, but also, there's a double champ that's playing in this match right now.
There is.
There's a ban of PTSD.
I think this is going to become a more common ban. This one.
There's the PTSD.
And this one. You just can't. You see what it did to others, and you just can't be that one to let it do it to you again.
Yeah, that's what the defenses look like.
I do think that attacking may be, hot take, really favored in the 1v1. Because you have such powerful operators. You've got Blackbeard, you've got Deimos, you've got Ying, you've got Nomad. Banning one of those, you got to give up the other three.
It's pretty much you're just like you got to choose. You got to choose which one do you think you have the best shot of defeating.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta also, know your player here and play into hopefully their weakness and choosing something that you think that you can outplay them with. And I wonder if any of these guys here, I wonder if Zach watched Sean's game against Colton earlier. Who do you have winning this one with Sean coming off getting 4-0'd? Do you think he bounces back?
How did Zach do in his game in his first one?
He
also got 4-0'd, I believe, by Michael.
No, he took it to overtime. He took it to overtime.
Okay, so that was the overtime match.
5-3.
Okay, me and Blake were wondering what was the overtime match, and that was it. Yeah, so Zach knows what it's like to win a round. Is what you're telling me here. It's not.
I do not.
It's not easy to take Michael into overtime for some people. He's beaten Chris before he's gotten the overtime with him before. So I'm gonna give it possibly to Zach here.
Okay, you're gonna give it to Zach. I'm also. I mean, I've got if Sean, if you watch this after this is no hate at all. He is my brother. I am gonna root for him. I do think he can do it. I watched the performance of Colton v. Sean.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Sean hadn't played in a while. Maybe he's a little rusty. But yeah, that's kind of what I gathered from that game. But Sean has now played a 1v1 on Clubhouse. Zach has not. So that may play into effect as well.
And maybe has a bit of a feel to it here.
A little bit more of a game plan. Because, you know, Zach probably is spawning in, and it's not Oregon upstairs, for sure, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, now it's Clubhouse upstairs with a bit more of a little nooks and crannies here that aren't the Oregon bread and butter. Also, you're right here. He's using Ying. You know, you got one of these menaces is going to be kept alive.
And it just maybe can you defend it, and hopefully Zach stays in a position here, to not get yinged. He does have that rotate there that he is going to rotate back as Sean is thinking about slow walking up the stairs. Zach may see him. Zach quick peeks.
Dangerous.
Here's the ying go off.
Throw, but pretty good throw.
And a little hesitancy there from Sean.
Yeah, he didn't really capitalize on it, but he still took the stairs.
He did. He yinged himself.
But
Zach's going to swing
out.
off that ying.
Yeah, I don't think they know where each other are at, but he hears the sound cue here.
I think they definitely know. We are going to see who's going to have the better aim. Ooh!
And it's just the slow peaks that are just going to kill you, especially... Just look how slow he comes in here. He gets absolutely lit up.
Yeah, when you're slow peeking like that, it's whoever's on the angle first is going to win that.
Here is my issue watching these guys. I hope some people will hear this for Ying gameplay, but time and time again we are watching people die, like without using their Yings, the full effectiveness. They're only using one or two.
Exactly. Like, why not throw another one there?
Why not throw it in the entire area and just completely
Personally,
capitalize?
I may throw two. If I know he's back there, I may hop in that rotate, throw one left side, one right side, and I'm gonna make a push.
I mean, hell, let's throw all four and just plant a bomb.
Yeah,
there's no way.
That.
I think we can give him a award right there, because I think he's one of the first Yings to actually even throw two Yings. Because some people will throw one and then call it a day.
And I want to make a note
utility, let's use it.
Absolutely. We talked about that last time we commentated together.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've got Clubhouse being one of, I think, the second most played map here in the tournament, or maybe the most,
it's definitely competing with Oregon.
It's definitely competing for sure. We're seeing a lot of... So Sean just castled himself out, or not castled, he just barricaded himself out of sight. That's an interesting play. But
he has plans.
What do you...
Now, where is he spawning at?
Hold on, I'll finish my thought after I watch.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Sean's plan here.
Yeah, finish that thought here, because there's no spawn peeking occurring.
The thought is, what, in your opinion, best site to defend in a 1v1? Because a lot of these sites are big, a lot of these sites have multiple angles. I'm thinking maybe leaning towards more of a gym play, but what, in your opinion, what is probably you think the easiest as a defender?
I think Blake might be the first one to finally start opening up that idea, because it's such a small objective, and that's kind of important, so you don't have a bunch of... It's important to keep people funneled in.
You can hear them plant. Yeah, exactly. You can also hear them plant regardless of what site. Sean is flipping cams.
I'm sure Zach's a little worried. Looking pretty mirrored to me and you last game. I didn't know where you were
Is this
at
how
the
you
entire...
felt? Is this how you felt?
I would say, yeah, I did not make much entry, because...
I did about the same thing that Sean's doing right now. Is I flipped on cams because I saw you droning in the front, and then I was waiting until I just heard you got off the drone, and that was about a minute. I just sat there. I had to trust the sound cue that you didn't get off before.
Yeah, I just waited. I looked every single corner of the top story, did not get unlooked at. There was, even that tiny little bed piece right in part of Skybridge. It could have been anywhere.
Yeah, I was in first floor in the kitchen area.
I'd like to thank Siege's what am I trying to say? The sprint feature of the drones, because I was needing it a lot to quickly look around.
I'm gonna make a note that Sean just took both of Zach's drones. That's Not great drone work, amateur drone work, leaving your drones hidden.
Yeah, he's pretty blind here, but will Sean capitalize? Because a blind attacker is one of the best situations the defensive player's going to get.
Sean's got to be feeling good right now, knowing that both drones are gone. And will Zach just peek this through his head? Oh, he
pretty
does.
Slow peek. A pretty slow peek, but a pretty as slow
reaction time.
Oh!
Oh, and they almost trade, but if he was Doc, if he wasn't Doc, that would have been.
I will say though, if they both died at the same time, that would be it. Yeah, it would be a Sean victory.
Wow, both some body shot warriors there.
Yeah, you know, Doc has been saving some lives. I mean, obviously in the name, Doc has been saving some lives this game because Doc was the reason you won the game against Drew.
I played.
And now this.
I told Zach the same thing. I heard a hot take when Jinxie was doing some 1v1s. You've got just and they're not really using it here with the bulletproof cam. But you've got so much, like you've got the bailiff. You can take 4 separate gunfights. You've got barbed wire. That means you can literally sound cue off 2 different points of entry, and you'll know where they're at. So you want to talk about funneling people down, and you can create rotates. You can move around, and you have an ACOG. I'm surprised we haven't seen a little bit more gameplay with it.
Yeah, I'm not. I think maybe the slowness scares people, in a way, but it's
how
just
often?
so.
How often in a 1v1 do you need to be really quick?
Well, in Blake's case, I guess a lot. But
yeah, when you can sprint at somebody with Deimos, yeah, I agree with that.
Both of them are trying to get each other pretty early here, but they're both just spawning in the safest spot of the map, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Docs are so strong, especially in these, like, I'll be honest, this is like the lower division here where headshots aren't probably as prevalent. So
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. When you're playing somebody maybe of lesser aim, which was a factor of why I did choose it against Drew. I knew both of us were not the greatest of aimers out there, and so I figured it would give me a couple extra gunfights.
Yeah, it's just so strong, especially if like you're whittling down the enemy yourself. You know, you aren't gonna shoot them little Doc halfway through.
Yeah. Unless, I doubt we ever see a Finka gameplay, but that may be the only sort of case of an attacker getting healed.
If I ever see a man with a Finka with the shotgun, I'll be pretty hyped for that.
Yeah. I'll take that gunfight. And we've got Sean just now, getting into the building, coming up, going like bedroom gym side. Zach currently in sight, probably wondering where he is.
I wonder
I've
if
seen
he's
a
trying to be
lot
stealthy here.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of slow walks from Sean in the round with Colton and almost a lot of those. He slow walked a lot of places crouch level, which for Zach's penis level aim could be not great.
Oh, look at this here.
Oh no, he's gonna walk right into it. Oh, gets tagged a little bit.
Misses the ying throw. These ying throws have been highly inaccurate, but he's gonna plant. That's pretty smart here.
Oh,
but he got scared off of it.
They both got scared off of it. Oh no. They're both turned backwards.
As long as Zach keeps him contained here, he could.
Zach could have the easiest wall bang.
These Candillas are accidentally keeping him at bay. Because he's throwing them in different directions and they'll roll back to where Zach is.
He's yinging himself at, like, he's... No ying has touched Zach here. Oh, a fake plant.
So
we have no idea.
I don't know. It just seems weird to just keep getting off of it while the Candillas go off.
And Sean, he knows that Zach has no rotate. Oh.
An exact mirror copy of just the last defensive round, just hiding behind the bomb. You would think you'd want to throw a ying over there.
Exactly. Well, I'm pretty sure all 4 yings did stay in the same site Sean was on accident or on purpose. I don't know.
The craziest thing is that all 4 of them were thrown in different directions. They all came to the same spot.
And all 4 of them never blinded Zach, I believe.
I think you got lucky. One little mini Gandela went off, and he was
Oh,
blind for
one
like
did?
a half second. He was blind for half a second.
I was on the aerial view there to watch them. Yeah, that was interesting there. Zach probably feels pretty confident. I mean, you can kind of see it here in the lower division. You got you got Doc, you know, behind the bomb chassis. I mean, that's a force to be reckoned with. You got ACOG on ACOG. You know,
Sean swings so slow every time, at a snail's pace.
Yeah.
And with ACOGs just see that so quickly.
That's one thing that myself personally I've tried to be better at. And I've learned a little bit of some quick peeking stuff to gather some intel and get back.
10 seconds to go.
You know, but you don't see much of that around these parts.
5 seconds to insertion.
I agree. Now, we almost saw some Jack play, which is a default ranked pick, but once again, alas, we will do the old reliable Ying. Let's see if Zach can teach him how the Ying goes. I don't know why he was defending the peak with the pistol.
I was wondering the same thing. I wonder if Zach, you know, heard what we talked about the other day, where, you know, we were saying that Jackal seems like a decent operator, but it's not bringing that much advantage. Oh,
Seems like
we
a
may see
lesser
an encounter out here.
Another slow peak, probably death by ACOG for the third time.
They both may know. I think Zach's heard him because, you know, Mute is not the quietest of operators. And Zach just going to continue to hold that angle.
I think he hears him.
He knows.
He's gonna wait.
He knows. He's going to make Sean push, but Sean's going to make him push.
Still, I wonder if he'll ying him for his crimes of standing still.
This is where, yeah, you should ying and... Oh, and we hear him run away. Let's see if Zach hears him. Okay, Zach does change.
Might catch him in blue room. He's going to try to...
He's taking space. Oh, but he knows. Zach knows. Oh!
Once again, just a step
him
ahead
down.
in reaction time.
Puts him down.
With the very first shot, hit him in the head.
One tap. One tap.
As,
Zach would say that. Zach's probably saying that right now.
As he made it up, no one else said that.
Yeah, nobody's ever said that before. That is a Zach only thing where he says one tap, even if it's not a one tap.
Yeah.
Well,
let's see here.
A Fuse gameplay is something. Has that been played before?
Fuse, no, it has not been played. I don't even know if it was played last. No, it was played last season at least once. But I don't think.
I don't see that as, you know, I don't see you ever catching somebody off guard with that Fuse sound going off on some wall.
Well, it's so useless because it's not even a vertical gameplay at all. Yeah, he's on the stream, so we heard that he needed to change.
He's stream sniping. Well, if he's stream sniping, he's not doing a great job of it. Sorry, Shad, if you are stream sniping.
But also stop stream sniping.
But also, if you are stream sniping, get off the stream.
Is it switching? Okay, yeah. So I was thinking the Fuse play was more based off of just like some sound cues, like hiding your sound cues.
But do they do that here at this level?
I think they would, but you already had Ying, which does the job way better, and not only does it do sound cues, it's also visible, blindness ability.
Yeah, right now with Ying being on the table, you got to play Ying almost every play here. See, this is where I do think that I preferably would go barbed wire in a 1v1 with Doc here, just because, you know, have we seen them check that bulletproof cam once? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So what is it doing? It's a waste.
No, the funniest thing here to me is that I don't think either of them would play Blackbeard or Deimos, even if it wasn't banned. And so it's more just off of fear of what they just witnessed last game.
Yeah, and that goes probably from lack of film watching. But we did see a Legion ban. And Sean did play a lot of Legion, but I think that probably got banned more because it's a pretty common operator for
I'm sure Sean's wishing he probably banned Ying instead. I think Deimos was just based off of seeing the Quixo gameplay.
Yeah, but not everybody's Quixo with the Deimos gun.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, and here we go. We're gonna see a ram through the window in construction. Zach hears it purely outside of that window. Nothing in construction, actually. I am spectating him right now, and he heard Ram say, "Auto breacher is a go."
All right, he's healing himself.
That's a. That was an interesting play there. He probably thought he was about to take a gunfight.
Yeah. And he
Oh.
also is only. Is he gonna kill him behind the bomb for the 30th time?
We could see
Oh,
it.
let's see if Sean gets killed by the same doorway with the same bomb angle. Please.
All right, we've got Zach watches the flashbang go off. Sean flashed himself a little bit, I believe. But Zach has a beautiful angle.
Yeah, but this angle here, he doesn't need to go behind the bomb. But if he
Very,
gets,
very
we'll see if Sean can. We'll see if Sean can get a
flashed
flashbang
himself again.
through the doorway.
Sean and flashbangs don't go through the doorway. I'll say that. Zach just needs to stay here and just hold a pretty protected angle. And Sean's gonna hop on his drone.
Or he can get behind the B bomb and just.
Zach is but he's gonna shoot him possibly behind A bomb here.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Oh, and Zach thought he one-tapped him. Oh no.
Oh, he's
Zach
showing up
hears him
next to
rotate.
it. Showing next to his reliable B bomb and
Oh,
killing him
no.
again, making it 4-1, and all 3 of his defensive wins. Or all 3 of his. No,
Don't get
yeah, all
Zach
3 defensive
B-bomb
wins.
anymore, bro. Don't get Zach B-bomb anymore.
He's
Wow.
behind the V bomb every time.
You had to attack that B-bomb.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That was the story of Zach's game there.
Yeah, that B bomb gave you the business. He was behind that the entire game.
I will open with a quick question to Sean. Sean, do you
Does he what?
do you want to throw flashbangs through the door or?
I was wondering what was happening out there.
Okay. I saw that.
Someone call that a
happen
skill on its own.
Yeah, you yinked yourself 4 times in that one round. It was pretty. True.
Logan, do you have any questions for Zach?
Well, Zach, did you learn from my dog gameplay that Doc was a pretty good 1v1?
It's just, yeah. I mean, once I used it the first round, because the first round I was in spawn peak, but then I didn't have time, and then I don't know, it just
Typical
worked. So
Zach.
I just kept doing it.
Pretty good. Now, Zach, who does Zach play next, Landon? Do you know?
Zach will go on to play the winner of Logan versus Aiden. We got a chance to see a brother rivalry here.
So Zach, let's say I do beat Aiden here and move on to play you.
Easiest 4-0 of my life.
Would you like to let the viewers know who you picked in your bracket?
Okay, for the money, I chose you, but confidence-wise, it's on me.
Okay, so if you were to put money on it, which is like the highest level of betting, you would pick me.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a win-win though, because if I beat you, then it's a win. But if I lose and get the money, then that's also a win.
Pretty good. Well, Zach, also with that, real quick, Landon, Zach, you also tie the amount of wins you need
Let's
to
go.
then every single win after this, Zach, will be about $7 in your pocket.
So Logan,
So
I'll give you $3 if you let me win.
yeah. We'll talk about this after stream.
And Zach, you are now the first person to start being into elimination brackets. Losing beyond this point will mean game over.
No.
Just to add a little nervousness to it.
Yeah, Zach, get ready to go sit on the couch.
You know, I mean,
and-
I'm 1-1, and I took Michael to overtime, so I'm happy about that.
And Sean, you are also still in the game, with it being 3 games guaranteed. You are also next facing elimination, and you will be playing the loser of Chase versus Chris.
Ooh.
Those are 2 nasty opponents that are both
Yeah.
playing each other.
Ooh.
Yeah, if Sean throws his yinks, We got it on lock, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna be in trouble
Sean
here.
on that. Yeah.
We can throw if we can throw flashes at the bombs. That's whenever we're golden.